Hello and welcome to A1R Psychic Radio, and it's very nice to have you here with me today. And of course, we're going to have two callers call in about 5 minutes. So whilst we're waiting for the callers, let's have just a little chat, shall we? Now, I always, before I start this show, what I do is I always decide to go to my guides, to Spirit, and say, what would you like me to talk about? And the words that they gave to me was, this too shall pass. And I know that they are wanting to talk about some of the difficulties that we all have in our lives. And, when you look at life, nobody sort of seems to be immune from problems or situations. Even those people who think, you look from the outside in and think, oh, they've got a charmed life. But actually, there will always be something that they are learning in their life. And sort of God throws stuff at us at all times to achieve. And sometimes it's not coming from God, and sometimes it is. But I just sort of know that He wants to, or so rather, my guides want to speak about the current situation that we find ourselves in with the coronavirus and the difficulties that we're having. And I'm in England at the moment, and England is having just as many problems as the rest of the world, and we are now on, part of the country is on a full lockdown again, and parts aren't. I'm in a part that isn't, but that doesn't mean to say we don't have restrictions, because we do. And what I'm sensing from the spirit world that they want to, or my guides, is what they want to say to me is that it's really important that what they're saying to me is that it's really important that we understand that this situation will soon be in the past, because the world of spirit have put various things in place to eradicate this virus, and shortly, I don't know when, but I just know that there's going to come a point when the virus will come to an end, and we will not be in this situation. And I know that you can possibly say, well, yes, of course, that would be the case, and it's quite in a way, it's quite a sort of a scenario that it happened in 1918 when we had the Spanish flu, and that virus lasted for 2 years, but it did go away. But what I think is interesting about the spirit world, what they've said to me, is actually they have put things in place to eradicate this disease. Those are the words that I heard from my guide. So I find that really, really sort of fascinating, that, they don't stop in assisting mankind. They're always helping in any way they can. But also, I think that it doesn't, the current pandemic is something that is happening every person all around the world. We're all being impacted in one way or another. But everybody has a set of circumstances or a situation that's going on in their life. And those circumstances, again, won't stay the same. Our lives will always change. We will always move forward. We are always evolving and moving on to the next stage in our lives. So whatever is happening, this too shall pass. So thank you for listening. Now, I believe we have Stephanie in Wrexham, England. Are you there, Stephanie?
Hello, I'm here.
Hello, a little English viewer. Welcome to the show. And so I'm a medium, and I am also a psychic, which means that I can give you guidance from my guides, or I can connect to loved ones in that have known you and have passed. Is there a particular way? Is there a particular way that you'd like me to work, and where would you like me to focus?
Anything that I need to know, really. I mean, at the minute, I'm trying to move and stuff. If you feel anything about moving, or if there's anything I need to know, or anything about love, anything really, just interested.
So moving and love. Is that? Should I concentrate on that? Okay, brilliant. Yeah. Right. So you've got a lovely grandmother that has just stepped forward, and she absolutely adores you. I can feel her love is so immense for you, and she wants to help guide you through these questions that you're talking about. And she says that you've had some difficulties in where you live at the moment. Does that make sense to you, Stephanie?
Yeah.
And she says that you have felt a sense of being almost like you're a sense of being trapped, or a sense of being not feeling like you can be yourself in your own home. Would that make sense to you?
Yeah.
And she's saying to me that it's really important that the time is right. The time is absolutely right, that you are ready to move forward in your life, because she says that you can't live like this any longer. You need to be free to be yourself, and where you are at the moment, you don't have that freedom in the way that you would like, and freedom to sort of just express who you are and sort of, you know, what you're about. And she is saying to me that it's like she's coming in wanting to pick you up and help you get to the new stage of your life. Does any of that make sense to you, Stephanie?
Yeah.
Oh, and I feel like there's somebody around you that has been hasn't been good to you, and has sort of caused you to be feel a lot of pain and heartache. Would that make sense to you?
Yeah.
And what I'm being told is that it's been very difficult for your grandmother to stand by and watch. She feels like this person has been cruel to you, emotionally cruel, and has put you down emotionally and caused you to sort of not have the confidence in yourself, or doubt yourself, or, you know, erode your self-esteem. And you know, I'm just stepping in now. This is Gail, and one of the things that I find about you know, people who erode your self-esteem, I see that as theft, because it can take a lifetime to get it back. And so you know, this I really don't like it when people erode another person's self-esteem. It never seems sort of fair to me. But your grandmother is saying to me, she agrees with me, and she says that she doesn't want you to suffer anymore, and she is going to help you get to the next stage of your life. With regards to love, I feel that it's the where you are in your surroundings, almost like you need to be healed from the past, to be sort of ready for the future. but I do feel that your grandmother has been placed by the side of you, and is your guide to bring you to a situation where you are free, where you have your own home, where you don't have to worry about what you say or what you do or what you wear or how you look or anything like that. That you will just have this complete and utter freedom, and this is what she wants for you. And I'm also being told that you don't need to worry or fear the future or fear being on your own, because you are so looked after in the spirit world. The spirit world are really, really looking after you, and making sure that you are all right. And they are, and it's because I know it's not just you, and I feel that it's almost as though this is going to be a challenging time for you, Stephanie. It's not going to be easy, and but I want to really, really stress to you that this change that's going to take place in your life, it's like an army of spirit is coming around you to lift you up and take you to a place of safety, security, and a place where you don't have to fear anymore. How does that sound?
Yeah, that sounds good. I just, it's because I've got a newborn baby, that's all. She's 3 months old, and I'm doing it on my own. I'm just struggling a bit.
Yeah, I felt that there was a baby as well. I didn't say that, but I could feel that there was a child involved. And again, your grandmother is saying, like she's urging me to impress on you that you don't need to worry. You're going to be all right. This is going to be, it's like it's a new era. And I feel like down the track, and I don't know how far down the track, whether it's going to be 1 month, 6 months, or a couple of years or whatever. I don't know what it is, but I do feel that you will be introduced to somebody that is actually your soulmate, is somebody that gets you, that somebody that will love you equally as you will love him, and will end up being an amazing stepfather. That your life is definitely not over, or definitely, in other words, it's almost like you have to create that freedom to meet that right person. And I know that soul connection, that person is waiting in the wings, is going to be in your life, and I feel that it will be a million miles away from where you're at now, not geographically, but sort of, emotionally, or circumstances is what I mean. You're the person that you're going to meet is going to be absolutely phenomenal, really good, a good person. Because, when I think about, your soul connection, what I would like to say is that you are an evolved soul. You are a highly evolved soul, and so if you're going to meet somebody from your same soul group, you're going to meet another person that is evolved, and evolved souls do not behave in a negative way or a difficult way, or block you in a way that causes you discomfort and harm. They only bring love to the table, and I just feel that you have absolutely everything to look forward to. I find it interesting how evolved you are, and I'm just asking your grandmother about that, and she's saying, let me just see what she's saying that she knew from the moment that you were born that you were somebody special, special to her, and that she has always embraced you in a way that has been different from perhaps her other grandchildren. I think I get this real strong sense of being, you know, like a favorite or somebody that she. Does that make sense to you? Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. So I just want to say, you know, I think, you know, thank you very much, Stephanie, for phoning in, and I just want to reassure you that everything is going to be fine. You've got your grandmother there, and you're going to be, you're just going to go from strength to strength. So thank you very much for ringing. Now I need to, I've got somebody else waiting for me. I believe I have Brittany, and she is. Hello, Brittany, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hello. Oh, brilliant. So my name is Gail Moffat, and I am a medium, and I am able to connect to loved ones, or I can connect to my guides and give you guidance. Is there a particular way that you would like me to work? Where would you like me to focus? Sorry?
Pardon, sorry?
Sorry, I didn't catch what you just said.
Oh, I said a loved one, please.
And is there any, we've only got about 10 minutes. Is there somebody in particular that you'd like me to connect to?
My brother does. He just passed away a little over a month ago.
Well, when I was saying, is there anybody that you particularly would like me to connect to, I could see a man standing by the side of me waiting for that connection. And he's telling me, he's actually telling me that he is your brother. So I'm just going to ask him, you know, first of all, I always like to bring in a little bit of evidence of who he is, but then I want to go as quickly as I can to what he wants to talk about, because I feel that is ultimately what we want in mediumship, in that connection. We want to be able to have that dialogue and that conversation. And so he's saying to me that, oh, bless him. Would I be right in saying that he struggled a little bit in life?
He struggled a little bit in life?
Yeah. And would I be right in saying that he he didn't find life easy?
Yes, he definitely did not. He was very particular.
I feel like he's also got a little bit of a troubled mind, and would and was also very sensitive, and would get easily upset by things in life.
Yeah.
And I feel and I feel with him that he's saying to me that he just couldn't help it. It was just the way he was, and he's saying to me that he feels like he was almost like in a life that he couldn't cope with, or couldn't comprehend. It's like he was too much of a sensitive soul to live in this life. Does that make sense to you?
Yes. That does.
he's saying to me that he's sorry for what's happened, and wants to apologize to you, because he realizes or knows that there was a part of you that relied upon him, because it's almost as though you were like a union, a unity to, because I feel that life wasn't easy for both of you, and with your parents, and I feel that there is a sense of you were like a team. You supported each other, and were with each other, because it was difficult with your parents, and this is where he's saying to me that he's so sorry and so apologetic to you for I feel like bailing out. He and I just want to say to you that he is so sorry, that he's saying to me that I want to continue. I want to always help you. I want to continue to help you, because he says that he loves you so much. There is such a strong bond between you and him that is unbreakable. It's almost as though the bond between you and him is stronger than anyone else in your life. And in his life, that it was a really strong bond that you had. Did you write some words for him at his funeral, or say some words, or write some words? Did you write some words at his funeral, or say some words? I feel like it's written. It's in a written form. You know,
we haven't done the funeral yet, but I wrote on a flag. I did write "I loved him" on a flag that we were going to bury with him.
Right. I know that there's something that you're writing, and he's letting me know that he's aware of this, and that he knows your thoughts of what you want to write. And also, he says that you've been looking through some photographs, some old photographs of him, because you're trying to make a collage of photographs for the funeral. And he has been by your side whilst you're doing that. And he's saying to me that you've been in tears a lot as you've been looking at the photographs, because each photograph has brought forward a memory of times that you had with him. And he's saying to me that you have a lot of photographs, that you always like to take photographs, and he's sort of laughing now about how many photographs that you've got. He says that you were always somebody who, you know, would pick up a camera and want to take photographs of all situations. He's saying to me that life was tough for both of us, and life was difficult, he says, but he says that as far as he's concerned, you were the shining light in a life of great difficulty for him. And he's saying to me that he will always be there for you, and it's like he's saying he may have gone to spirit, but he's staying with you to support you, and he's going to be with you, because he doesn't want you to feel abandoned or alone, because he's telling me that's you have felt that way, but he wants to reassure you that you are not abandoned. He's with you. And you know, some evidence of him being with you is him standing by the side of you when you're sorting out all the photographs. He's going to be with you, he says, for the rest of your life. I also feel that you're going to be doing something I'm so sorry that you've had such a that he's aware of something, that you're going to be doing something quite big in your life. You're going to be I feel like you're going to be doing something more on a spiritual nature, or but a spiritual nature can come in many guises, but I know it's going to be supporting and giving back to people, because I feel like there's a strong emphasis with you about being kind and caring and supportive to others. But I can absolutely assure you, your brother is going to be walking this life with you and is not leaving your side. And this is his wish, and it's also God's wish. I'm so sorry for your loss, Brittany. And
it definitely felt a little bit better knowing stuff, so I appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, listen, if you need to speak to me further, I'm on Facebook. My name is Gail Moffat, so you can find me there. But I just know he's going to be by your side, and that is just something amazing for you. It's a real, while in this dearth of tragedy, you have this little gift that he is going to be with you and guiding you throughout your life. And I do know you've got a big job to do. It's going to be spiritually gifting and guiding people who are struggling in their lives.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate everything.
Oh, well, I appreciate your bravery in phoning this line and coming onto this show. But it's been a real pleasure to meet you, and also a pleasure to meet your brother, and feel his love that he has for you.